Hello everyone. In this session, we are going to discuss about the topic engineering as experimentation, which comes under Unit 3 from the course Professional Ethics in Engineering. The code is GE8076. Let me tell you what is experimentation first. What is experimentation is a test which was conducted in order to demonstrate the known truth. So, the test was conducted to determine the efficiency of something which was previously untried. The process of conducting such a test is called experimentation. And what is engineering? In the course of engineering, what we will do, we will apply the concept of science and maths in designing, building, and manufacturing machines. So, engineers will figure out how the things will work. He will work in such a way to solve the real time problems. Engineering as experimentation. The experimentation plays a vital role in the design of products. So, engineering was considered as an experimentation process. Here, while manufacturing a product, while developing a project, what we will do, we will design the project and we will test it. If we didn't get the desired outcome, what we will do, we will backtrack and we will redesign and again we will test. So, engineering is an iterative process. There, we are going to design, we are going to test, we are going to redesign, and again the test will be performed until we get the desired outcome. In engineering method, what we will do, we will define the problem first and we will do the background research that we will learn from the past. The previous project we will go through and we will go through the results, the outcome we get, and after studying the previous project, we can able to perform the current project. And we have to specify all the requirement used to develop a project, and we have to choose the solution and we have to test the solution. We have to test the solution until we get the correct result. And the similarities between engineering project and standard experiment. First of all, let me tell you what a standard experiment and engineering experiment through an example. Consider an automobile company which has modified the engine of a old car, that is the modified the old engine in order to make the engine consume less fuel. So the modification was done in order to consume less fuel. After modifying the engine, they have fitted the engine in a car. They are going to check both the car with the old engine and the car with the modified engine. They are going to do the experiment on both the cars. Finally, they have succeeded such that the car with the modified engine consumed less fuel. So, modifying the whole project is called standard experiment. But in engineering experiment, what engineers will do is they are not going to modify the whole project, they are going to develop a project from a scratch. So, this is standard experiments and engineering experiments. And what are the similarities between both the experiment is partial ignorance, uncertainty, continuous monitoring, learning from the past. What is partial ignorance? For example, before developing a project, we can't able to keep all the requirements ready. So we have to start developing the project and one by one we have to satisfy the requirement. That is partial ignorance. We are not certain about the abstract model we have developed and we are not certain about the characteristics of the material purchased for the development of the project. Of course, we know the quality of the material, but we can't able to say that the particular material work for a particular project. And we can't able to say the nature of the stress the material will withstand for a particular condition. So the engineers can't wait until the relevant facts are ready. So this is partial ignorance and uncertainty in outcomes. What does uncertainty in outcomes is in both the experiments we can't able to predict the outcomes. We can't able to say the how the our result will be. We have to be prepared for the result whatever it happens. So there may be unexpected risk and there may be the correct output or there may be the unexpected outcomes. Whatever it may be, we have to be ready for both the result. That is uncertainty in outcomes. And continuous monitoring. What is continuous monitoring is, we have to monitor the project or the product once it was developing, and also once it was developed and released to the market also, we have to continuously monitor the project. By continuously monitoring, we can gain the knowledge of the project. So periodic observation should be done. Both the intermediate and final result of the project should be analyzed in both the experiments. Learning from the past. For both standard experiment and engineering as experimentation, the project should be started after learning from the past. For example, in June 1966, Milford Haven Bridge in Wales was collapsed due to the reason improper matching of horizontal impact forces. Because of the same reason, previously the same reason caused a tragedy. So the engineers who has built the bridge must have undergone the previous research, the background research. If he has done it, if he had learned from the past, he might have prevented the tragedy. And another example is nuclear reactor accident at 3 Mile Island on March 1979. This was due to the insufficient information about the valves. The same tragedy was happened before because of the same reason. And next one is difference between engineering as experimentation and standard experiments. What are the differences? Experimental control, informed consent, knowledge gain. What is experimental control? In standard experiment, we can able to control the experiment. For example, let me give you an example to understand the concept. um, in a market, a new medicine was released in order to suppress the blood pressure. Already the people are taking the old medicine, but in order to get a great result, they are introducing some other new medicine in the market. So to test whether the new medicine work better than the old medicine, what they are going to do, they are going to test perform experiments on two set of people. One set of people who are going to take the old medicine, and the another set of people who are supposed to take the new medicine. What they will do, in order to get a correct result, what they are going to do, they have to control other factors that will induce blood pressure. For example, they have to control oily foods, they have to maintain the regular exercise followed by the all the persons. So everything should be controlled. That was experimental control. This experimental control was possible in standard experiment, but in engineering as experimentation, this was not possible as the engineering subjects are out of control. Here the engineering experiments was done in laboratory. They can simply work with the available historical data. And next one is informed consent. For the same example, let me explain the concept. What is informed consent is, here the participants who are going to undergo the experiment should be given all the information about the experiment. They should be informed about they are going to take a new pills and they may get the side effect, and they should also be informed about the new treatment they have found out to cure the side effects. Everything should be informed. This is informed consent. This informed consent was practiced in standard experiment, but in engineering as experimentation we have started just now. We are just practices started to practice. And what are the elements of informed consent is knowledge and volunteerism. What is knowledge is, the people should be given not only the information but also the knowledge about the experiments. Just they are not supposed to give like they are going to take a new medicine. They have to give the full knowledge about the experiments and also the side effects they may expect, and also the alternative treatment they are having to cure the side effects. Everything should be informed earlier, and only the volunteer should be accepted for the experiment. No one should be forced. These are the elements of informed consent. And knowledge gain. What does knowledge gain is, in standard experiments they will focus only on the knowledge, but in engineering as experiment we focus on the outcomes. Only the outcomes we are focusing, and we are not focusing on the knowledge. Of course we will get the knowledge, but our focus is only on the outcomes, whether the outcome was uh, correct or unexpected. If the outcome was not expected, we have to backtrack the project and do the project again. Thank you.